All right, under 1,000 lumens will probably get you killed. This is the essence of the comment that I left on Black Powder Papa's video where he's talking about gun lights, pistol lights specifically. I have some of them out here in front of you so you guys can see some of the things I've sampled here. And some of these lights are lights I've actually settled on. I have tried a lot of different pistol lights that are, well, 250 lumens, 150 lumens, 350 lumens, right? Part of the problem is, especially for a carry gun like this, by the way, all of these have been checked. They're all safe. My mags are right here. Part of the big problem is, look how much space I have here for a light. Okay, unless you're getting some $5,000 light that has some kind of nuclear battery in it, right? There's a reason why they're making these things with 200 lumens. They want to not only make a light this small, so they end up making like a keychain light, they also want to put some kind of battery life on it. So, you know, that's good. Unfortunately, if it's not enough actual light to let you pierce the dark, it's just going to be a liability. In my opinion, it's kind of like a dull tool, right? Instead of performing like a tool now, it's just a liability, can actually ruin your work. Now, I'm a firm believer of having a... Damn, cat just jumped on my shoulder. I'm a firm believer of having a light with a pistol. That's why I have this right here. Oh my goodness, hold on. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Straight up, both of you? Okay, just so you know why I'm distracted. This quick presentation here. And you too, no, bro, there ain't room for you. To me, this standard size hand light is more important than a second magazine. I would swap out a second magazine for this pistol for one of these any day. And I'm all for carrying a hand light that you can use and hold while you're shooting the gun with your other hand. That is, I think, the best answer to this. And this right here is the cheapest light that I found that actually does the damn thing. It's very simple. It's at least 1,000 lumens. That's just barely enough for me, in my opinion, and I'll explain why. Because I actually use these things outside. I see how much effective range you're going to have, and it takes at least a light like this to even want to use a flashlight outside. Inside, that's a different story, and that's what most of these lights are going to be for on the civilian side of things, right? If you ever have to really use this light, it's probably because somebody broke into your house at night. You're navigating your dark house, and, you know, yes, having a light for target identification and all of that is very important. But when you have a 300 lumen light and you are standing in even just a large living room, there's 4 walls and 4 corners of that room, okay? If you have a light with 300 lumens, you are only lighting up one corner of that room at a time. And in a situation where a quarter of a second is the difference between life and death, I want to be able to click a button, light that whole room up in front of me, or get the whole room with a quick sweep, and take a snapshot of the room and figure out what's in that room and if there's any threats there, and turn the light off quickly. I can't do that with 200 freaking lumens lighting up a tiny little area, and that's what a lot of this comes down to. Ultimately, what would I want? I would want this in my hand. And I'm going to be getting another one of these just as an EDC light. It is larger, but this has an LEP laser in it. You want to talk about blinding people? This actually blinds people, right? 1650 meter throw. That's with the LEP spotlight laser. This will let me shoot 300 yards in pitch black with a freaking LPVO. This is probably the cheapest way to shoot out to 300 yards without getting night vision or anything like that. This thing's absolutely awesome. I'm going to be getting another one just to carry around, right? Now, I'm not throwing out all pistol lights, I have managed to find one that is acceptable and still somewhat affordable. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'll show you why. There is, how many LEDs there? 4 of them. 4 Cree LEDs make a wider field of light that comes out of this, right? And the head of this is comparable. Even this is only one LED in here. That makes a huge difference when lighting up that whole room in front of you, right? So that is why this light is on here. Aside from that, aside from actually having a good LEDs and the power, this light sucks ass at battery. This battery lasts 35 minutes and then I have to swap this light. Also, I can't recommend this light to anybody because after 20 rounds through it, these bolts came out. I had to take them out and I had to Loctite them. So I can't recommend that, or people will leave me comments talking about how I recommended a light that came apart when they were shooting it, right? And the battery life is horrendous. Even Olight here has magnetic charging and all these features, but the light itself, their LED itself, this thing sucks. And this is one of their 1,000, I think maybe even 1,200 lumens. It makes a yellow light. It's not very revealing, and it does not make a very wide field of light in front of you. Not like this thing does. I mean, look, we can compare them. See all 4 of those lights? One light. So this is a big difference. This is a big factor, and I'm just bringing something out here that's comparable. They're even comparable in price. Of course, this one comes with magnetic charging, has a better battery life. This has 35 minutes of battery, and then I have to take this thing out and put new batteries in it, and I still will probably only use this light because I would rather have 35 minutes of an actual effective light than have an hour of crap that could just get me killed in a nutshell, right? The best thing to have is something like this, just IMO. Just trying to give you guys a real quick rundown here. This is probably one of the cheapest things you could get that's good enough. This thing was only like 50 bucks. It is a Monstrum light. Do not get the 2,000 watt lights. They burn out. They kill the battery very quickly. These are 1,000 and these work well. I've been EDC carrying this for a while. But really, this is the light that I have go with all of my pistols. I swapped it out for this light just to, test this thing out. But the Nitecore P20iX is where it's at. It's using the same technology as this light. It's going to have 4 LEDs. And this MOF is 4,000 lumens burst. And because it has 4 of those lights, it's going to light up a wider field in front of you. You can really blast this thing on turbo, turn it on, take a snapshot of everything around you because you have the whole room lit up, and then you can turn this thing off and disappear after actually blinding somebody with 4,000 lumens. On top of that, the power is so high in this that the strobe actually works. This is an actual effective strobe. This has a strobe, it's a piece of shit, it's never going to do anything. Even this thing, this has a strobe, it's a piece of shit, it's never going to do anything. This thing only really has an on and an off. That's really all you need. With something like this, not only do you have that 4,000 lumen burst, you can cycle the power to the very lowest setting and get 8 hours of battery to last you through the night if you actually need to. Good luck finding an actual pistol light that's going to do all that for you. And this thing, even with the LEP laser on it, you can get at least 8 hours out of this. So yeah, 300. These are about $120, and I'm ordering more of these myself. I'm ordering more of both of these. Yeah, these I have a couple just to throw on a rifle or something, just because they're competent and just how much monies they are. This, I'll probably never have another one of these. And this, if I'm going to order another actual pistol light that goes onto a pistol, it's going to have to be something like this. I'm hoping that since this is their first attempt at this, they make a better one. They put some magnetic charging on it. so I don't have to constantly swap batteries every 35 minutes. Unless they come out with some kind of nuclear battery that can power something like this for a longer period of time, you know, I'm sure it's out there. I'm sure it's thousands of dollars. I'm trying to be realistic here. But in a nutshell, this is why I'm saying if you don't have 1,000 lumens, it's almost not worth it to me, because of where these lights are actually going to be used. And I would prefer to have something like this. The night comes every night. You're almost never going to have to actually draw and use your gun, hopefully, depending on where you live. But you're almost always going to have to draw and use a flashlight, right? So I suggest carrying one of these with your EDC. That is what I do, and I would even swap one of these out instead of having a second or third magazine. That is how important, you know, just a standard hand size light is like this to me. Because of all of the power and the features that we can get out of them, they actually become effective, right? And pistol lights like this is not effective. This crappy yellow light, it's not lighting up even a quarter of a room at a time. And this is one of the better case scenarios, folks. This is, I believe this one's 1,000 lumens or something close to that. We have pistol lights out there that are, like I said, 350 lumens, and they want a shit ton of money for those as well. So that's part of the reason I'm saying this. This gun, this is my carry pistol, will never have a light on it. I guess unless they make one with a freaking nuclear battery that is something like this. That's just the reality of it. So this is why I think this. And I'm not trying to convince anybody. I'm just sharing the little bit of experience that I have with all this stuff. I've been messing with lights for a while now, and this is the conclusion that I came to. So, you know, just throwing that out there. Definitely have a light for your pistol. Target identification is so important. You don't want to shoot a drunk neighbor that you thought was a home intruder, or just, you know, these stupid situations happen and people's lives get ruined over them. Target identification is so important. Always have a light with your pistol. And I'm just explaining to you guys why I do this the way that I do. Anyway, have an awesome day. Big shout out to Black Powder Papa. Is that what it was? I'm terrible with names, but yeah, have an awesome day, everybody.